Okay, part 2 of soldering your hinge. So this is where you tack your hinge with hard solder. So what you need is, this is the setup for soldering this the first time. What you have here is your hinge flanges are filed completely flat at 1 inch, and your tubing is 1 inch long and has been cut into 3 pieces. They have been filed so that they're even and there's no gaps. You place them on this steel rod so that the 1/4 inch one is at the end, the 1/2 inch one is in the middle, and the other 1/4 inch one is at the other end. Place it in a channel that has been carved out on a soldering brick. Then bring your two sides of your locket together and have them line up so that when they close, they will be even. The middle knuckle is going to be attached to the top of your locket, and the outside knuckles are going to be attached to the bottom side of your locket. So determine where that is. Then you add a dab of flux, like a tiny, tiny bit. So sometimes I just even use a solder pick so that I don't have too much. So here's the top. I'm just putting a dab right in the middle of that knuckle, right in the middle, and I need a little bit more, and then right in the middle. Then I'm going to use 3 tiny pieces of hard solder, kind of like the size of a sugar granule. It's probably too small to even see. If it's that small, it's the right size. Placing 1 in the middle. This is just tacking it, so we're not trying to flow it everywhere. If it flowed everywhere, your whole tube would solder together again, and that would defeat the purpose of a hinge. It wouldn't move. So once that's there, you take a deep breath and you start to add your torch. So where we're going to focus our torch and heat on first is the back side. Once that's black, go ahead. This is Goggins' piece, so he's going to heat it up. Once that's black from the heat, we're going to go over and heat up the steel rod that's holding the hinges in place. So keep heating that up until it's a black color. And then come over to the rod. And you want to have your torch straight up and down so that you're really putting it right where you want it. And then come to the other side of the rod, Goggins. So when it's red hot, you move over to start circling in on the tube. So go ahead and start circling in on the tube. Okay, so that one flowed. Now, as soon as it flows, you step over to the other side, and you're trying to get it to be an even heat so that flows on the knuckle and the side of the locket. So that one went, and now you're going to focus your heat on here until it's a dull red. Now the middle tube has already been getting hot because we put our heat there already. So he's going to put a little more time on this locket to get it the same temperature as that tube. So now start to circle in on the tube, and when you see it flow, pull the torch off. Just right around in here. And the tip of the torch is the hottest part. Remember to breathe. Over here. And come onto the football a little bit. So he's going to heat up that a little bit more. It seems like that needs to be hot. Now come back over to here. And it flowed. Woo! All right. You can stop it now.